taken as a behavioral model. So already told that if I'm looking for a behavioral model means based on my truth table, I need to write the Verilog code. Okay, so first we need to know how to write the Verilog code and how to write the truth table, then easily looking for how to write the Verilog code. Okay, just see here it is. I'm going to use S and R are my inputs here, and here I'm going to use one clock signal. I'm going to take and just see here. If you want, you can take complete word. It is clock, your wish. And later I'm going to take the module name. Here it is SR flip flop, and I'm going to take an Q and QB here. Okay, now so how to write the truth table? So many tables I given it is for truth as a truth table. When come to explanation, I'm going to take on many tables. Your wish, you can take any table and you can write the program. So my suggestion for simplification, I'm going to take on one table now. One it is so in the notes also I given one considering reset, and I'm going to explain that. So here I'm not going to take on reset, just I'm going to take on clock signal and I'm going to explaining. Just take, so I'm going to take on C here. It is one of the input. Okay, and I'm going to take an another inputs. C, it is one of the input, and next I'm going to take an yes, it is one of the input, and another one input here I'm going to take an a R. C stand for clock and ESR are my inputs, and I'm going to take on my outputs are here it is Q as well as QB. They are my outputs. Now let's next column I'm going to take as an action. What is the action I need to take place? So I'm going to take here it is. Okay, let's move on to that. So I'm going to take according to this block diagram. So we need to take an rising edge of my clock. You can see that this is my rising edge of my clock. Then I'm going to take this value as here it is 1. So if it is 1, then only it is takes place. Or otherwise, a symbol you write the rising edge of clock, you can write here your wish. So or if it is a clock, it is 1. Then and here also all the condition I'm going to take a rising edge means I'll take a 1 1 1 only. Otherwise, you take the symbol, it is a rising edge symbol, your wish. Now, SR flip flop, what I'm going to take on here it is, I'll get the 4 combination, whether the value is 0 0 means here also 0 and here also 0. And next condition I'll take then as 0 and here it is 1. Next I'm going to take the condition, it is 1 and 0. Next I'm going to take in the conditions are 1 and 1. So now you just fill this table. So if both the values are 0 0, see what will happen. I told that when come to action, here it is no change. So we are taken as a no change. So how I'm going to take if there is no change means suppose my previous value it is 0 is there. If it is 0, 0 only appearing here it is. And if you change my SR value, suppose if it is 0, this Q value does not, it will be changed, right? So then what I'm going to write, if Q value it is not changed means I'll write here it is Q only. Clear? So why I'm going to write Q? If I give value SR values are 0 0, no change. No change means previously my value, for example, it is 0 is there or 1 is there, that value only appear here it is. So that's why I'm going to write output it is Q. So if it is a Q means what is QB will get? So exactly complemented value will get. So you can take an as a Q dash. You can take a Q dash. So otherwise you can take it as a QB tilt of Q also you can take your wish. Tilt of Q also you can take. So your wish. Okay. Next, when come to here, SR values. In these two cases, carefully you observe that R value it is 1. If R value it is 1 means what is my output? R value it is 1 means what is the output? SR flip flop. Yes, it is reset, right? Reset means I want to get it is 0 and complemented value I'm going to take in a QB. If 0 means I'll get it is 1. See, Q and QB are nothing but it's complemented values. If it is 0 it is 1, if 1 it is means it is 0. So what we call here it is R value it is 1, this condition it is called reset. Okay. Similarly, now S value it is 1 here, reset value it is 0 is there. What is the output? Yes, it is called 1 and I am getting my QB value it is 0 and this action it is taken as set. And when come to 1 1, so we can't define this one. So I'm going to take an X condition. Okay, otherwise you can take an impedance state your wish. I'll take a Z here and here also I'll take an a Z and it is called Z or X your wish. You can take an anything. Z it is called high impedance state and X is called unknown state. Okay, if you want X means I'll take X only. I can't predict this value and this is called indeterminate state. It is also called unknown state. So unknown, we don't know that. Clear about this one? This is a truth table. So why I'm going to take on this truth table? I'm going to write the Verilog code for this one only. So behavioral model means we are going to write the Verilog code for truth table. Is it clear? This truth table? Okay, once it is clear, so now I'm going to implement this one in the directly I'll taken into the Xilinx tool. Okay, just click on this. Okay, if they're asking license, me just give okay and give okay. So previously you have a, for example, you have a previously one project means first your task it is you need to close the project. So in order to close, what you need to do, just go to file and you have one option, it is close project. Just close this one. Once you have need to close, next task it is I want to create one project. So in order to create, you have an option here also. You can see that you have a new project. So otherwise you can get it from here. It is I'll go to file and from here I'll give a new project. From here I'll give a new project. So what is the project name I can give here? So you see that make sure that you create one folder in the D drive or anywhere. So make sure to store here only. You can give anyone any name here. It is, for example, I given B section. I given here. It is this is my project name. Otherwise, you given a B section. It is my folder. Under folder, I'm going to create one project here. It is okay in B section. Okay, I'll use select this location. I'll take my D drive. In the D drive, I'm going to create one folder. So I given a B section. So just I'll take a B section. Just select OK. So B section it is selected. Under that you can create your project because everything. Suppose some other cases or sometime you need to open means you can get it from that. So I'm going to give one name here. It is okay. Let's take an project. Okay. Otherwise flip flops. I'll give a project name. It is flip flop. Okay, next you can give any name your wish. So make sure that top level source type should be it is HDL. So HDL you need to select and next you need to press and here don't change anything, but here looking for only synthesis and simulation part our side. We are not go for implementation. Just make sure that my simulator should be it is iSim simulator. So some other model sim is there. Keep your iSim simulator. I'm going to use here and give next. Finish it. Okay, once it is finished, and this is called menu bar, it is a workspace and it is a windows what we call design window, and it is a console windows as well as errors easily we can appear here. It is now what is my task? I need to select the IC. See here, make sure that it should be it is an implementation. Select this IC, right click here, you have an option, it is new source. Just select the new source. Here onwards we can write the program. Okay, so next how to write the program, you can see here it is. So I'm going to take on the flip-flop name, it is SR flip-flop, that is module name. So I'm going to take on here it is. So you give the name, lowercase only use SR. See, there in the block diagram I given a space. Okay, so but you can't give a space here it is. So if you want to give a space, you can use underscore here it is. Just I'm going to use the underscore. I'll go for flip underscore. I'll go for flop. SR flip flop, and I'm going to write Verilog module. So select my Verilog module here and give next. And here also you can give the inputs and you can define as input or output, you can define and you can do that. So my suggestion, it is a basic programs. So that's why don't use this one directly, you give next. So whenever come to another classes, I will explain how to use this one. If you want, you can use that method also. So now I'm not going to use, just give next and finish. Once it is finished, so you'll get some lines here. It is called instructions and what is the device name and when you are creating your project, all the details you have. But here I don't want this part. Just I'm going to delete this. Okay. Now you see what is my module name I given. So module name I given SR underscore R flip underscore flop I given. Now remaining in between here you need to write the program. So just I'll zoom that. Yeah. So now you return the block diagram, right? Now you tell me what are the inputs I need to consider and what are the outputs. What I need to type here? You just tell me what I need to type. Yes, yes. How we are going to separate? Comma, R, next, SR, okay. Next, what you have? Input. One more input you have, right? C. C stand for here. It is clock I'm going to use. So I'm going to use a C. Yes, you need to type it as C. comma. Next, you need to define all inputs outputs. Yeah, Q, comma, QB. Clear? So you need to write Q and QB. Just type this. Next, I want to define. So you have a list of input and outputs. I want to define, right? Which one it is input, output. So for that, what is the keyword we are going to use? What is the keyword we are going to use? Yeah, input. Input. Next, what are the inputs you have? I have a S, R, and C. Okay, so you just define here. You just see S, R, and C. Everything here I'm going to take in one bit. So they can you can define all three in the one statement only. So just I'm going to give S, comma R, comma C, and you need to give a semicolon. Next, I want to define my outputs. So output, how I'm going to define? Keyword out, put, output. And what are the variables you have? Q and QB. Just take Q comma QB. Okay, I already told that I'm going to write the Verilog code in behavioral. If behavioral means outputs declaration type, it is what we need to do? Yes. So you can use a two statement. How you can use a register and q comma qb you can use. In this way also you can do your wish. So what is my suggestion? To try to reduce this. So I'm going to declare here only. I'll give a register here only. Just I'm going to remove this statement. Okay. So this is the declaration. What I did, module name, inputs, output, and output I taken, output I declared as a register. So between here, I can start my program. Now, what is the keyword we are going to use in behavioral module? Main, difference, data flow, behavioral. What is the keyword we are going to use, right? Yes, always. Just take al, always. So remember, if it is a black color, it's coming means it is wrong. You need to write. It's blue color, it is coming means it is correct one only. So just write always at. So I want to define my inputs here. So how I'm going to define? See that S and R, it is not an issue to me. Directly I can define. Okay, you take the parentheses and you can define. If you want, you can define S comma R. You can define. So my question it is mainly you need to define your clock. That is very important. If you not define also it will work here. So I'm going to take an SR value in some other case statement. I'm not going to take an here. Just I'm going to defining my clock here. See according to my block diagram. So clock what I'm going to take it is the rising edge of my clock. I'm going to take it is an 111, right? Then how to define, that's very important. So in order to define my clock, we are going to use one statement here. It is POSE, POSE, POS nothing but positive, edge, EDGE, edge. You can see that pose edge. Suppose if you're looking for a negative edge, you are going to use means you give NEG, neg edge. You can use that. Okay, what is the post edge I'm going to consider for what? So clock, right? So I'm going to use a C as my clock. Then you need to write the variable it is. Just give a space and give C. Okay. After that, if you want to define, you can define yes, or if you want to define R, you can define, not an issue. Otherwise, you can separate by using or. Sometime you are going to use one statement here. It is or we are going to use, and you can separate that. So this way also you can do that. Your wish. Okay. Sometime if you're not going to take this one also, it will work because I'm going to define my S and R again. I'm going to defining. So my wish. Okay. Here I'm not going to consider. Just I'm going to define my post edge clock only. Now, if you choose any one of the always statement, next I'm looking with the two statements very important. One it is a begin, another one it is end. So between begin and end, you need to write the program. Okay. So up to here, this is a common procedure we are going to use behavioral model. How? Module name, declare, main thing it is output taken as a register, and you need to define my clock edges when come to an sequential circuits. So and next it is begin and end. In between you need to write the program. So how to write? I want to write the program for my truth table, right? You can see in the truth table I have a S, R, Q and QB, and for this one I need to write the program. So how I'm going to write? In order to do this one, I'm going to use, you can write the program in different way. You can write for case statement, you can write in a if else statement, if statement, if and else, or else if statement you can use. So you are the CS engineers, you know that you can write that. But here, for my understanding, for easy purpose, I'm going to use a case statement. If I'm going to use a case, easily I can get my output. Why I'm going to use case statement? Carefully you see that my values s and r values, it is changes continuously, 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. Then easily I can assign my q value to something, q 0 1 x, easily I can assign that. For that purpose I'm going to use, so for that case what I'm going to do, I'm going to use one case statement. After begin, just I'll give one tab. I'm going to use a case of what? So here I can consider my values here. I'm going to take on both the values here, not a single value. S and R values I'm going to combining. I'm not taken. In the if else statement, you can consider S is equal to 0, comma R is equal to 0. That way you can consider, but the program it's a little bit lengthy. Okay. My intention it is I'm going to combine these two SR values. For that, what I'm going to take on here it is, carefully you see that what I did, case, use a parenthesis. In between I'm going to use S and R, and you need to separate by comma. This is because s and r you can't take here, it shows error previously, because whatever the inputs sr you're not defining, you're defining s separately and r separately. So then you need to separate here also, s comma r. And what is my intention? So while writing my program, I'm going to combine these two. So while combining these two means I'm going for concatenation operator. You already know the concatenate operator, that is a flower bracket I'm going to use. See that I'm going to use one flower bracket here. Okay, so remember why I'm going to use this flower bracket, because I'm going to take in just like a vector now. Now after that, what I need to do, you need to write the program case statement. So case statement, before going to that, you just see that here it is a two numbers I'm combining. I'm going to take on, it is a 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. I'm defining the two bits, and the two bits are here, it is binary I'm going to take on. So you can take a decimal or octa also. At the end, once you got the output, I'll show how to use the decimal number also. Now you just see I'm going to use a binary number. So two bits what I'm going to take on are binary numbers. So that's why I'm going to write the statement 2, because I'm going to use a 2 bits, use a tick and BUQ, nothing but binary number. And what is the first condition? You just see that in the first condition, if two binary numbers are 0 0, then q is nothing but what? Q is nothing but q only, right? Then how I'm going to write 2 tick of b q 0 0, then q is equal to, and so after that I want to assign something. If q tick of b it is 0 0, then use a one colon here, case statement, then q it is my output, and equal to, you can use here also two operators. One it is a blocking statement, another one it is non-blocking statement. I'll show both the output later part. If you're using a equal means it is called blocking statement. If I'm instead of that, I can use a assignment symbol also. You can see that in this way also you can use, it is called non-blocking statement. I'll show the difference when come to waveform, what is the differences. So here I'm going to use a just equal. What is the equal? It is equal to q, give a semicolon. Clear? So what it indicates, if my SR values combiningly, if values are 0 0, then Q value is equal to Q. Clear? Now you just tell me second statement. What is the statement you'll get for 0 1? Try for that. What is the statement you'll get? Yeah, 2 tick, binary number. The binary values are 0 1, use a colon, my Q value. What is the Q value you have? If 0 1, yeah, 0. Sir, how I'm going to define my 0? That is very important. That 0 it is nothing but it is your binary number. So here also you need to define that. That's why use, okay. So I need to define as 1 tick, it is a binary number. The binary value I'm going to take as a 0. Okay. So later I'll tell that one. It is a normal procedure what I'm going to do. Later we're looking for how to reduce my program as much as possible. We'll see that part later. So remember, if my value it is 0 1, Q value assigned value is 0 because my reset value is 1. I'll get the value is a 0. Now you just tell me for the next statement. What is the next statement you'll get? Just you type in next statement. What is the next statement you have? You try 0 1 over next statement. Yeah, 2 tick B. I'll take here it is 1 0. Then what is the value you'll get? 1 tick B 1. Okay. Next, last condition. Same statement. Instead of 1 0, I have a 1 1. Then Q, I need to assign the value it is, I don't know, right? Unknown condition. Then you can consider instead of 1, I can take it as a X. Clear about this one? How I'm going to write these 4 statements? Yeah. So now once you define my case, you need to end this one, right? So for that, I'm going to use one statement, end case. But make sure that for here it will not show error, but end you have a space. But actually end between the end and case there is no space. So remember while writing the case statement, you remove this space. So it is a common word. It will not show error. It is not coming in the black color. It is coming in the normal way. So what you have to do, just remove that space. It is a end case. Sir, I did end that, but nowhere I'm not going to define my QB value, right? If you want, you can define. If you give a comma and QB value, you can get. But what I'm telling, when come to my block diagram, my QB is exactly opposite of my Q values, right? That's why I'm going to write out of my case statement. So what I'm going to do, so I'll write here it is just my QB value, it is nothing but QB, okay? After end case, I'm going to write here it is my QB is equal to what I'll get. It's a complement of my Q, right? So what is the symbol we are going to use for complement? Symbol name tilt. Yes, I'm going to use tilt of Q. Give a semicolon. That's all. Next. Okay. So it's a small program I have. Let's check it out. Any errors is there? For that, you just save. After saving, just go to synthesis. I have an option. It is check syntax. Just click on this. Yeah, it's coming green color. So no errors here. It is. So once you got, then I'll go for a test bench program. I want to check, right, whether it is correct or not. When come to theory, no need to write the test bench program, then easily you can execute. But when come to a lab, you need to show what is a waveform. So I'm telling about this condition, whether it is correct or not. I want to verify. For that, I want to go looking for a test bench program. So just see how I'm going to take my test bench program. Here you need to change view. Implementation is there. Go to simulation and select my project. Right click here, you have an option of new source, and you give one name for that. For that name, I'm going to take, and it is SR flip flop. You have, I'm going to just, you can take any name. I'll take SR underscore test. Okay, SR underscore test I'm given, and next thing it is I want to looking for a text based program. That's why I'll give a text picture. Give next, and after that this is my program, and select here it is next, and you finish. Once it is finished, once again the program it is open, you can see here SR test, what is the name you are given, it is there. Then you have a register. See here it is my inputs, what I am going to take on. Inputs are here it is in the test bench program act as a registers SRC. You can see that inputs are registers and outputs are here it is wires I am going to take on. After that, looking for it some port mapping. So whenever free, that time I'll explain how to do this port mapping. I'm not going to bother. So just you go here it is after initial begin. Here only you need to type your program, test bench program. So just I'm going to remove these comments. Yeah. What is that I'm telling here it is first initially I'll make my values here it is S value it is 0, R value it is 0 and C value it is 0. After that, what I'm going to do, I want to check this condition, right? So after that, what I'm going to do, I'll take some 100 nanosecond. I'll take 100, your wish, you can take anything, just I'll give hash 100 means the representation of my delay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change my values. I'm going to change. So for C, it is continuously need to be changed. That's why I'm going to take C separately. I'll use these two. Initially, my SR values are 0, 0. Control C, I'll take my Control V. I'll take my S value to 0, R value is 1. Okay, another half second, 100 nanoseconds. What I'll do, I'll change this value. So what is the value you'll get? Control V, I'll get 0, 0. SR values are initially 0, 0. After 100 nanosecond, it becomes 0, 1. And after 100 nanosecond, it is 1. And here it is 0. And next, another 100 nanosecond. I need to get the values are Control V. I'll need to get the velocities 1, 1. Okay, but I'm not going to take C. C, if you want, you can give a values of 0, 1, 0, 1, you can give. But my suggestion, it is clock. C stand for it is clock. It is continuously, it will be changes. For that cases, I'm going to give separately that my C. Initially the value is 0. Okay, I'm going to take in here. And I'm going to use one more statement here. It is after end you need to type this. Be careful, don't add here. Otherwise, if you before your initial statement you can add. So here I'm going to add it. So what is the statement I'm going to use? The value clock signal how you are getting continuously, it will be changes from 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, right? So in order to get, I'll go to always. So here it is, you defining time, it is 100 nanosecond, you need to give less than of this. So I'm going to take, for example, I'll take it 10 nanoseconds. 10 second, my C value, it is complemented to my C. I'll show how it is getting this. Okay, C. Clear about this one? What I did? First I'll take my SR values as 0, 0. Next it is 0, 1. Next I'll give a 1, 0 value and 1, 1 value I'm given, and continuously I'm going to change my clock signal and I want to see my output. This is my small test bench program. Once you did this, just save, and you can see here, this is my test bench program what you have taken. You have one option, just select this your project, and you have one option, it is iSim simulator. Just click on this checkbox. First, if you want to check whether it is correct or not, any errors is there in my test bench program. Here also you have a one check syntax. Just double click. And you have a behavioral model. See, once you did this, so some values it's coming here it is. So SRC, if you want to get clear picture, you can get it from here. So clearly you can see that, just click this one. So zoom to full view, and next I'm going to take a floating window, just I'll take this part and just I'm zooming and I'm going to verify. So here it is, what is a thing I need to consider? I'm not defining what is my Q initial value. That's why the Q value initially it is coming X. For that case, what I'm going to do, first I need to define Q and QB values. Otherwise, what it will happen here it is, you are getting some red color or we know unknown values, right? For that, what I'm going to do, in the program, small modification I'll do, but when come to theory, this thing will not do. But you'll see that what I'm going to do, just close this program. In the main program, I want to define my initial value, right? So Q value, initially I'm going to define as Q value it is 0. You do this, and QB value exactly complemented value, I'm going to take in here it is 1. Again, what you have to do, just save the program, and implementation should be there. Check syntax. I'll go to my simulation. Same test bench program, no need to change anything. Just behavioral check syntax you can do. See, and also, sir, why you given in the main program? Is it possible to give in test bench program? No, it is not possible, because you already define my outputs are wires. Wires you can't give any inputs here it is. So that's why I changed it in main program only. Okay, then I'll change my simulate behavioral model. Okay, so I'm getting this window. Just flow, go to this and float window. I'm getting this. Just zoom and verify. So I'll go to here and you just arrange this one randomly. How to analyze this waveform? Analyzation of waveform is very, very important. Just see, somewhere you click and first what is the input? I have a clock. Just click here and drag at the top, and next values are inputs. You have a yes, you just drag it to here, and next you have a R, just take this one and drag it to here. Next you have a Q and QB. Let's move on to the analyzation. What is my first condition? The first condition values are 0, 0, and I'm going to assume my initial value of my Q it is 0. Then I want to get 0 only, right? My output. Let's see whether it is coming or not. So I'm going to take in here it is 0. Clock it is 1. So you can see that rising edge of clock only I'm going to considering. S value it is 0. R value it is 0. You can see that Q value it is 0 and QB means exactly complemented value I'm getting here it is. So if both the values are 0, 0, I'm getting 0 only. The previous value I'll taken as a 0. Not an issue. Next, I'll go for the second condition. Just click here and you see that S value it is 0, R value it is 1. It is a reset. If it is reset also, I'll get Q value it is 0. You can see that waveform it is 0 and Q1 B bar also it is 1. Sorry, 1. Next condition 1, 0. You can see here it is. I'll just click here it is 1, 0. S value it is 1, R value it is 0. S value it is 1, R value it is 0. Then you can carefully you see that it is set. Set means what you need to get? Okay, sorry, here. S value it is 1, R value it is 1. So Q value it is 1 and QB value it is 0. Exactly, the values are 1 and 0 I'm getting. So 0, 0 means 0, 0, 1 means I'll get 0, and 1, 0 means I'll get 1. And last condition, just check it out, 1, 1. If you take SR values, it is 1, 1, and I can't define this. That's why I'm going to take an X. X only I'm getting. Both the complement values I'm getting XX. Is it clear about this waveform? How I'm getting?